What is up, everybody? Timberverse here today, and we're gonna talk about Sony fanboy hypocrisy. Sony fanboys are now stating that, these second party games for PlayStation are just fine. They now count as first party because of a 10-year-old quote from Phil Spencer. They are literally dumpster diving Phil Spencer tweets for the past 10 years to find this tweet right here they can use as a gotcha to justify the lack of first party exclusives from Sony. They're just a poor first party lineup. I think the only first party game they have this year is The Last of Us Remastered, and the rest is just second party games and third party games. But, before times past, especially like the past decade, Xbox has been getting trashed over not having first party exclusive games, or not enough ones. But it's just fascinating how the same group of people who trashed Xbox are now praising Sony's lack of first party games and saying the third party and second party games are enough, apparently. So, it's just fascinating, just utter hypocrisy. But this is what MBG stated. Do you guys agree with Phil Spencer here? There's been some discussions around Sony's lineup of games and if they should be considered first-party releases or not. Games like Helldivers 2, Rise of the Ronin, Death Stranding 2, etc. What do you think? Then once again, this is a 10-year-old Phil Spencer tweet from 2014 saying, first party is any game where we fund the development of the game and publish it. So, it's just fascinating because I don't remember Sony fanboys even remotely agreeing with Phil Spencer about this right here. But now they're championing it because they have no first-party games. It's just funny how that works out. You're looking towards Phil Spencer as the beacon of gaming. You didn't feel that way before. So the goalpost is always being moved with this group right here. But yeah, the dangers of second-party and third-party games being exclusive and not being, you don't have a first-party output. And let's just say Helldivers 2, Rise of the Ronin, Death Stranding 2 did do very well. And the fan base enjoys those games. Kind of like how Bloodborne is. But the fan base for Bloodborne want a 60 FPS patch. They want new updates to that game, but because Sony doesn't have a first-party studio developing it, because From Software is developing it, they can tell Sony to kiss their butts. They can tell your Sony fans to kiss their rear ends because they don't have to do anything. Sony, they don't have to do anything. They're not owned by Sony. So likewise with these other games that they do well, over time, these other studios can tell Sony to kiss their butts because they don't have to work on it. It's not a Sony first-party studio, so they don't have to make improvements over time. So that is the risk of not having these big games that you guys tout not being exclusives. Like, it can just fall off a cliff like how Bloodborne is. Where the fans want a patch, a 60 FPS patch, and then it's not going to happen. More than likely, it's probably not going to happen. So, but yeah, these guys are definitely moving the goalposts. We've had some people like this says, don't believe anything Phil Spencer says. Then just recently, he said, crap, PlayStation first party is looking crispy in 2024. How do we go from don't believe Phil Spencer to now? The first party is looking crispy because of Phil Spencer. A quote. Really? Yeah, you guys are just hypocrites. We have somebody else calling these Sony fanboys out saying, Xbox fans are showing roadmaps and asking what's next to be added. Sony fanboys are scouring the internet finding 10-year-old Phil tweets to explain the lack of content or a roadmap from his first party. 2024 is off to what I thought and predicted it would be. Where's your roadmap? Yeah, their first party lineup is just abysmal. And it's just real sad to see how the tables have turned from people saying Xbox has no games. No, people can say, where is PlayStation's first-party games at? They're literally getting piggybacked and saved by Square Enix once again for another year. Just like last year, they were saved by Square Enix with Final Fantasy 16. This year, they're being saved with the Final Fantasy 7 remake. And it's just pitiful. Where is their first-party studios at? They all on break? Where is the people who make Ghost of Tsushima? Where's the people who make the Sucker Punch studio? Where's the people who make where's Naughty Dog doing? Besides their project being canceled, where are these studios at? It is nowhere to be found right now. Only person we know who making games right now is Insomniac from that league. Everybody else we don't really know what they're doing. So, but yeah, let's talk about these people. These people's hypocrisy right here. What people have to say about this guy being a complete hypocrite. But before I get to that, there was one quote I wanted to talk about. It was one tweet I saw. Here we go. This Sony fanboy states, I don't care about which party makes the game. I just care about getting the best products on the market. Shipped to my console at a steady, consistent, and quality rate. PlayStation is the place to be, and the world agrees. So now you don't care if the game's a third party or not, or first party. Really? But y'all didn't have the same sentiment when Xbox was down and out and didn't have first party titles. Sure, Xbox games could just play the same third party games you play on PlayStation, but you guys ridiculed Xbox fans for almost a decade. So now when the shoe's on the other foot, you guys are like, hey, go, it just don't matter anymore. Which is like, it's just ridiculous. They can dish it out, but they can't take it. and now relying on Phil Spencer to be the savior of gaming right now. That quote right there from a decade ago. I swear ponies are just idiots. These are some sick individuals. Haven't seen damage control like this since the PlayStation Showcase of last year. Love to move the goalposts to make sure they win, or ways right, sad, really. Yeah. I was gonna call out a lot of people in here, but this year, but MBG is just the opportunist, and we all know it. This is how this is gonna work. All the games coming out for PlayStation this year are not first party, they're third party. If these games get good ratings, ponies will claim success as a PlayStation achievement. Yeah, they're gonna get PlayStation an achievement for something they didn't build. They just put some money towards it, but they didn't actually build any of these games, so they shouldn't get any achievements. But you know, they do horrible, they're gonna be like, hey, these are third party games. Sony has nothing to do with it. I was like, really? Either way, they're gonna try to damage control this nonsense. The games do good or the games do bad, so they're gonna put it out. They're gonna have a little wiggle room out of this situation right here. These games are exclusive and are never touching Xbox. Also, they get development help from XDev, a PlayStation Studio. So why does it matter first, second, or third party? They are permanent console exclusive to PS5. Call of Duty is Xbox first party, yet is multi-platform, so who cares? Really? Now exclusives just don't matter. That's just fascinating. Again, facepalm, goalpost is being moved. Now Phil is their prophet. Yeah, it's just funny how they rely on Phil now. Now that they're down and out, they're relying on Phil. I bet they didn't agree with Phil back then, though. Yeah, they had plenty of exclusives, though. So why would they agree with those Phil Spencer quote? Now they don't have exclusives. They agree with those quote right here. Ponies want so bad to say the Square Enix games are first party. They really do. But in all reality, it's not. Square Enix making those games, making those Final Fantasy games, not a Sony studio. But Sony will get the credit nonetheless, even though they had nothing to do with it. Bro, you're talking about PlayStation, the gaming overlord. Show some respect. Really? Like they can't be called out. People can't pull the curtain, reveal the curtain that they don't have any first party games coming out. Really? Can't talk about it. Ponies moving the goalposts all the time so they can look good. They need to just learn to take an L and move on. Yeah, I agree. It's not looking good right now for PlayStation first party. Sure, you can enjoy these games. You can probably enjoy Final Fantasy. You can enjoy the Rise of the Ronin, Helldivers 2, Stellar Blade. But once again, these aren't Sony's first party games. So if these games do good, I don't understand why Sony should get credit. But if they do bad, you're not gonna give Sony credit for if they do bad. So it's just fascinating. But I'm gonna conclude it right here. Sony's first party is abysmal, and I guess the fans just don't care. I guess the Sony fans just don't care. As long as they have something to play that's on Xbox, they're happy. Even though it's not from a first party studio. So just interesting how you know, the narrative has now changed to, you know, exclusives, first party don't matter. As long as it's exclusive to your platform, that's all that matters now. So definitely want to see your thoughts down below about this. Leave a like this video. As always, thanks for watching, and peace.